passports and partnerships, let's explore Southwest Nova Scotia to the world and more. Student voices, bright and true, a global journey just for you.
Welcome to another episode of Passports and Partnerships, where we share the stories of how NSISP connects in our community. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for agreeing to come on and talk about your experience here at Dry County. How about you introduce yourself for everyone?
I'm Dasha. I'm in grade 11. I'm 15 years old, and I'm from Barcelona, Spain.
Dasha, tell me about your experience so far, the difference between Barcelona, Spain, and Yarmouth, Nova Scotia.
My experience has been awesome, amazing. I really like being here in Nova Scotia in Canada. In fact, when I was younger, one of my biggest dreams was to become an exchange student. And my parents could give me the surprise of being able to come here to Canada. My experience here has been amazing. I've met some really nice people. I have lots of friends. My host family is also amazing. And although a lot of people think that Yarmouth is boring, I find it very interesting and with lots of things to do. So yeah, it's very different from where I live in Spain, because Barcelona city is very big, but I live in a town in Barcelona, not the center.
You said about 20 minutes outside of Barcelona,
Yeah.
was it? Yeah.
So yeah, it's been really good.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. What's some of the biggest differences you've noticed, maybe culturally, between Spain and Canada?
The food.
The food?
Yeah.
Here
Here you have a lot of fast food places.
We sure do.
Yes. For example, Tim Hortons. I had never heard of that fast food restaurant before, or Dairy Queen. Also, the traditions are quite different as well, because in Spain, we have longer holidays on Christmas.
Right.
So we do the Three Wise Men tradition on January 6th.
Okay.
So it's longer.
Yeah. During the holidays, were you introduced to any new traditions here in Nova Scotia, or were they just different in ways?
I did,
Yeah.
because my host family, they're Jamaicans.
Right.
They came to Canada, so they introduced me Christmas with Jamaican and Canadian culture, so
Right.
like mixed, which was really nice. So I could see how they used to do it in Jamaica and how people do it in Canada. And I also introduced them some of the special traditions we do in Christmas in Spain.
Can you share a couple?
Yes. So 12 seconds before 12 a.m., before New Year's,
Right.
so like New Year's Eve, we go under the table and then we eat 12 grapes.
Right.
Because people believe that this will bring you luck. And if you want to look for love in your life, that would make you lucky for the year.
Right.
So we just ate 12 grapes. So I proposed this to my host family. They were shocked.
Right.
They were like, my host was like, you do weird things in Spain. I'm like, no, it's so fun.
Yeah.
So they bought grapes and we all did it. It was so fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Tell me more about the host family experience. You've got an absolutely amazing family that you're with. Tell me about that.
I have host sister and a host brother, and of course my host dad and my host mom. They are so nice. They've supported me and been with me ever since I came to Canada. We do lots of things together, despite they work a lot. But we went to Halifax for Christmas break. We went to the mall. We watch basketball games that my host brother plays in.
Right.
We bake cookies.
Yeah.
We do lots of familiar things. And if one day we don't want to go out, we just sit in the couch and then watch movies all together.
Yeah. So have you learned, are there new favorite movies for you? Do you have any holiday
Lion King
movies?
3.
Lion King 3?
Yes, because it may sound weird, but we don't have that one in Spain available. Like, you have to pay in a platform just to be able to watch it.
Oh.
So, yeah, the other day, like last week, we watched it all together and it was so good.
Oh, the Lion King series is amazing, no question. I still remember taking my kids to the movies to see the first one. It was a very special moment. Yeah. How about school? How is school different in Nova Scotia compared to outside of Barcelona?
It's very different.
Yep.
First of all, here, the high school is much, much bigger.
Right.
So I was shocked when I came to the high school when I first arrived for the first time. Also, the subjects are very different, as I told you before.
Right.
You have a lot of variety here, and you can actually choose which subjects to do. Because in Spain, we have like 12 subjects for all year, where you don't change them. And it's like basic things like Spanish, English, history. And I find it really interesting in here because personally, I want to study psychology in university. So I've had the chance to do psychology subject this semester. And it's been very helpful for me to see if I really wanted to study this and to become a psychologist when I grow up. Also, I'm interested in the marine biology, so I do oceans and biology, which is so good as well. Yeah.
So in Spain, you have those same 12 courses all through high school, grade 10, 11, 12?
Yes,
Yeah.
the same ones.
And the choice here, you've been able to pick and choose courses of interest, right?
The only thing we can choose in Spain is whether to do an additional language.
Okay.
In my case, I studied German as well.
Oh, nice.
In my high school, and there's also other Spanish high schools where you can choose between German and French.
Right. How do you think this experience overseas, studying in Nova Scotia, is preparing you for what's after high school?
Yes, I think it's a really amazing opportunity. I'm so glad I've had the opportunity to experience it because it has taught me a lot of things and also to grow up as an individual. And in my case, I want to study in a university in Denmark.
Okay.
So I think I'm well prepared to be able to study for a longer period of time in another country.
Right.
That it's not Spain.
Yeah. This is certainly a nice first exposure to being away from home, isn't it?
Because I've been on exchange programs before. I was 1 week in the UK, 1 week in Italy, 1 week in Germany, and now I'm 1 full year in Canada. And then the next step is 4 years in Denmark.
That's funny because I wanted to circle back because you said you decided at a very young age you wanted to become an international student and study abroad. And you've had lots of short-term experiences. What led you to Nova Scotia? How did you pick this program?
That's funny because, as I told you before, I've always wanted to become an exchange student, but I have 2 more siblings, and this opportunity was quite expensive, so my parents told me that at first I could not do it. I was very sad because my dream could not come true. But then the very last month before all the agencies closed the applications to come here, they surprised me and they told me that I could come. So at first I wanted to go to America,
Right.
like in the movies.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm so glad my agency gave me the opportunity to come to Nova Scotia, to Canada, because I wouldn't change it at all.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great to hear. One of the things I know that's really important for our students when they arrive is the deep relationships they make within the international students. Yes. At Yarmouth High, the Viking ship has about 50 to 60 international students. Tell me about your friendships.
I was shocked when I came at first because I didn't expect that many people from other countries to be in the high school. But I've made a lot of like Canadian friends, but also international friends.
Yeah.
And I love having friendships with a lot of them because that way you can also learn about their cultures, their countries, and we're living the same, so we understand each other.
That's it. You're all putting yourselves out there, right? And trying something very new, being away from your homes. In all of those different interactions, have there ever been any big surprises as far as cultural differences go?
Not really. I don't think so. Most of the people I hang out with are from Germany, from Italy, also from the Netherlands and from Belgium. And I've went to all these places, so I was quite familiar.
So you're already familiar with parts of their culture. Barcelona, the climate would be different than it is here.
Very.
We've got some snow. Tell me about that. How's that
So,
feel?
have you been to Spain?
I have not.
You have to, first of all. But second of all, it's so hot. Yeah, so we don't.
40 plus in the summertime?
So I really love summer in Spain, but I had never experienced snowing before. I went skiing with my class to the south of France last year, so I saw snow for the first time, actually. But I remember the exact day, 1st of December, that it snowed for the first time in Canada. I was so happy and started asking my host parents, can we go outside? Can we go outside? And we all enjoyed the snow. It was amazing. I really had the opportunity to experience the process of snowing.
Yeah.
We had a really good time.
You've mentioned that you've been on a number of different study experiences, right?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
NSISP, we've got a hashtag, Dreams Come to Life. Tell me, what are some of your more favorite memories to this point in the year?
Well, in general, all the memories I've shared with my host family, the things we've done together, my first time going to Halifax, I would never forget that. It was so good. I was so happy to be there with all the international people, and then for a second time with my host family.
What advice would you have for anyone coming into Yarmouth High? Because we've got some new students coming at the end of the semester, so it's really sad because we'll see some students go home and we'll have some new students come in. What advice do you have as they come into Yarmouth High?
Talk to everyone you can.
Right.
Just be open. If someone suggests you something or asks you something, just introduce yourself to them, so that you have more opportunities to make some friends, to go for lunch with somebody. Don't say no. Don't lock in your room. That's very important. So, because if not, you'll miss a lot of good experiences you can do. Yeah, basically that.
That's great advice. Sometimes we have to just step just a little bit outside of our comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
We talk around that in our orientation when we get started. Listen, Dasha, thank you so much for sharing your experience here. And I'm so happy to hear that it's going so well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It was a pleasure.
Good.